All quite good. So good evening, guys. I just got back from work and I need to continue with my Nix tutorial that I'm following up with. And I just want to do a few things today. As promised yesterday, I was unable to complete, not complete, but I was unable to fold them all yesterday because I had to sleep and rest a bit. So today I'm just gonna continue, and I think I'm not really going to like talk a lot today while I'm doing the tutorial, because then I get a bit distracted and I end up just talking, and I'm not really that good at explaining stuff while I'm learning that particular thing at that time. But if I do see something that is worth pointing out, I will talk about. And yeah, so I'm just gonna turn on the music and we're just gonna do next. Alright, so we stopped here yesterday. We're trying to, yeah, we stopped here yesterday. We were writing a script, a simple bash script, using nix shell. So we're using nix shell to basically create the shell for few pages, and then we were performing an action based on performing a certain action using the nix shell. If you want to know more about what was done, you can check the previous video. That was basically what we were mainly doing yesterday. We were writing a script file, a bash script file, to fetch some packages from the Nix repo, and then we were performing some actions based on the fetch packages. So today I'm just going to move on to the next one, which is declarative shell environment with shell.nix. So this tutorial, we're basically going to be creating a reproducible shell environment with a declarative configuration that we write in the Nix file. And it's going to take 30 minutes, and since I'm already familiar with Nix, it shouldn't take that long for me, but let's see. I have like a very rudimentary understanding of Nix language, so, and I'm also familiar with the Unix shell. So we have to make sure that we have the Nix shell, the cowsay and the lookup packages on the system. I think I have cowsay, but I don't think I have lookup. Just like what we did yesterday, we then create a nix shell for locart. Oh, I forgot what we did. Alright, so what this is saying is that we 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 want to use this package, but then we have to type in nix shell and then specify the argument to what's going on. I think I have a problem. I don't know why. Alright, so what this is saying is that we need this package for whatever it is we want to do, but in order for us to use this package, we have to write this command, which which is not really feasible, I'd say. Imagine having to write this each time we need a package. Or if we want some other packages, then we would have to write like a very long command. Assuming we need like, let me copy this. Assuming we need like maybe a node package, we'd have to do like node, and then if we need like some other package like JQ, we'd have to like type them out like this, which is not feasible. It's just not. So a much better way to do this is what we're trying to see. So what the document is saying is that we can there's a better solution to create our shell environment from a shell.nix. So instead of having to write this, we could just create a nix file named shell.nix that then declaratively specifies the packages that we're going to need. That's what we want to do. But before that, as you can see, I already put in the command to get the locart, which means that we have it now. If we want to see that, we could just do which locart, and as you can see, we already have the package. But then the package only exists in a nix shell. So if I exit the nix shell, we then will not have the package anymore. But then we could also go back to the package. We could also go back to the nix shell if we want to, and it's still available in the system. Yeah, I'm which lookout, and you can see I have it. So we're not going to do it this way. We need the packages and some other packages. We're just going to create a shell.nix file, and then inside the shell.nix file we're going to specify the package that we need, and then some other package that we might need. So let's do that. So it wants us to create a basic nix shell. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to my documents, my project folder. Let's build. Let's see the nix.dev. Alright, so we are there. This was the script file that we created yesterday when we were trying to like get like certain packages using the script and run certain commands. Today we're going to create a nix file. So let's just do nvim dot, and let's shell.nix. So now we have a shell.nix file. We're going to then create a file called show.nix. Yeah, we've done that. And we're gonna put this inside of it. I could type this out, but I already know what this means, and I'm not really like doing a tutorial right now, so I'm not going to type out. So I'm just gonna like paste this, and I would then try to explain what it is. Like I said, I don't really know much about Nix, but I do understand some certain things. So this variable is basically going to fetch uh, the specified version of Nix packages, and then we then import the Nix packages, and then we create a shell that contains the list of packages that we want to install. That's basically what it does. So we would not be able to get either of this package if we don't have the uh, if we don't have the path to the next packages. So now that we have a Nix shell, if we run Nix shell, this would uh, create and fetch the packages that we have specified in the shell.nix. So if I run Nix shell, it's going to, as you can see, it's going to fetch those packages specified from this Nix packages version. So if we don't specify this, it's not going to run. It's going to fail. So it's going to take a while for it to download all the dependency. This is because this is the first time that we're running this command, so it would take a while to get. But if we then run the command again, that time it would be faster, because then we would already have all the dependency that we need on the system. As you can see, it's already been downloaded and we are now inside of the shell. So if I do which locard, as you can see we have locard, and if I do which what's the other one, we have cause. So now we're going to run this command just to confirm that it works. And yep, it's working. passing the greetings in here, and then we're using calcite to print it out, and we're using low cards to basically make it pretty. Let's just do exit. Okay, my bad. Um, doing something wrong. Let me. Oh wow, interesting. Okay, so what shell hook does is it lets us run the command before entering the shell environment. So basically, so basically, uh, this command, not until we type in echo greetings before we could then get the result, but by using the shell hook, we basically uh, run this particular command before we enter the next shell. That's why we got the result of this when we enter the next shell. So I think I'm just gonna add a comment in there. It's gonna So basically done with this. What we did now is we created a shell.nix file, and then the shell.nix file contains the packages that we want to install in our shell environment, and these packages are being fetched from the specified nix packages version. So without we having this nix package version, then we would not be able to fetch this, it would fail. And yeah, that's really what we did. And once we're done with the once we run nix.gl, uh, it then runs the shell.nix file and then gets us the package that we need, and then we're then able to use the package to perform certain actions like printing out uh, some environment variable values, and yeah, basically that's what we did. So what are we gonna do next? We've got some reference to check out if we want to explore more on the next shell. So what this is basically saying is that uh, we can either import Nix packages like this. If we import Nix packages like this would fetch basically the latest version of of the package that we want to install. But uh, if we want to make sure that we get the exact same version uh, of Nix, no matter what system that we run, uh, no matter what system that we're running Nix on, we need to pin the version of Nix package. If we pin the version, then we would get the exact same version of the package that we want without any problem. As you can see in my shell.nix file, I am currently using the packages 24.05. So this is like a very old version of Nix. There's a newer version. There are new versions now. So this is a very old stable version of Nix. So this package is basically being fetched from this, which I said earlier on. But if which is good. So let's assume another person wants to also run this Nix script in their own system. They would get the exact same version that I get because I'm specifying the exact versions that I want it to get from. But assuming I'm running like the unstable version, or I'm calling Nix packages this way, then when you fetch this package, they would basically be fetched from the latest version of Nix packages, which is not reproducible. So if another person wants to use the exact same package in the system, they would there's a highly there's a what's the word? There's a high chance that they will get the exact same version that you have. So that's what they're saying. If you want to get the exact same version, no matter what system you're running it on, you have to pin the git commit hash of that Nix package. So if you want to get the commit hash, you could reference the status nix.org because they have a list of releases and latest commit that has already passed the test, which is very good. Let's take a look at that. So as you can see, these are basically commit hashes that are stable, even though it says unstable, but they already passed the test. So we could get the packages of commit hash from like anyone. So assuming you want to fetch from Nix OS 25.05, we're just going to replace before we do that, let's do like a let's check the version for I typed in check. Let's check the version for Cowsay. If I do version, okay, so we're running cryptocurrency 3.7.0. We're running 3.7.0. Let's check the version for low card, and we are running 100.0.1. So let's keep in mind this version. Let me get that. Let me do like, where can I put this? Sticky notes. Alright, so let me put that in there. So let me try to change the version for this to the recent version, which is NixOS 25.05. So we're just gonna do that, and then we're gonna exit the what's going on? We're going to exit the nix shell, exit, and then we're going to enter the nix shell again. That is going to then fetch the latest version of, sorry, the specified version of the nix.pkg that we specified in the shell.nix file. Then it's going to fetch the latest version of Kausei and Locard. Then we're going to check the version, and then we would see if the versions are the same. Alright, so as you can see, it's done. So let's check the version for, why do I keep doing that? Let's check the version for Kausei version. To be honest, I think, yep. Let's see. Alright, so you can see that we have 3.8.4 in the latest version of Nix and of nix.pkg, and then if you look over here, we have 3.7.0, which is the older version, as you can see. And then if we check for Locard, okay, with Locard it remains the same, I think, because we don't have a latest version. It's been the same thing for a while. So both the previous version of nix.pkg and the recent version of nix.pkg are using the exact same Locard package. But we could see a very good example in here using checking Kausei. So yep, that's basically what I was trying to say. If you want the latest version, you can. If you want the older version, all you just have to do is pin the exact commit hash of that package, so then it can be reproducible across all of the system. So we're done with reproducibility. What we're going to do next now is we're going to move on to the next language. So I'm not sure if I should actually do this tonight because I want to rest. My main goal today was to mainly just do where is it? Was to mainly just complete the declarative shell environment and the nix.pkg section. So probably tomorrow I'm going to continue with the next basic language. I'm really excited. I've done this before, but I just feel like doing it on stream would be very good because the next language is actually very, very interesting. So that's, should I do it? Not sure. Because if I'm to start this now, I think it would take me like a long time to complete it. Unless I do not actually finish it tonight, but oh, let's see. I just did 30 minutes. I want to make it 1 hour actually, so maybe I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to finish it. Let's start. This is very true. I've I've seen like crazy repository that has like a very complicated Nix expressions. Like Nix, like the way people write Nix languages sometimes can be very mind blowing. And I do admire people that do that because wow, I mean I know how complex it is to write the Nix language. It's kind of easy to understand, but it's just the way when you start to move towards like conditions and um, yeah, mainly towards conditions and uh, dynamically writing configurations, then you start to see the complexity. Yeah, like I said, the language is not that complicated, but the way it's being used, the way some people write it, it's just like mind blowing. Uh, Using the Nix language in practice entails multiple things: language syntax and semantics, built-ins and PKG libraries. So this is what I'm kind of like struggling with, right? This is the main thing that drives me towards actually learning nix.dev because I want to fully understand how to use the built-in functions and the library functions because I've seen people write crazy things, like do crazy things with them, and I just want to do the same crazy things. So the nix.dev does not fully cover the use of all of this, but they do provide like reference to the source, to the resource that covers it. You don't need to have experience with functional programming, but you have to be familiar with functional programming. Proficient with functional programming. Oh, sorry, I'm reading it the wrong way. So if you don't have any experience with functional programming, it should take you 2 hours. If you have experience with functional programming, it should take you 1 hour. And if you are very good with functional programming, it should take you 30 minutes. Well, I'm not so good with functional programming. I come from a Java background, but I've been using Nix for a while now, so I should kind of like be familiar with functional programming. So a piece of Nix language code is called an expression. So basically a piece of Nix language code would be something like this 1 plus 2, and that's called an expression. Interesting. When you evaluate a nix expression, the value you get from evaluation is called the nix value. So when you say 2 plus 2 and you evaluate 2 plus 2, you get 3. So 3 is the value of this expression. So nix is basically expression, and then an expression has a value. Let's see an example from the live nix shell that we have. Something like this. So for example, over there is an expression, and no, not that, sorry, PKG is an expression, and the dependency we get from evaluating this next PKG is the value. An expression always ends in like a semicolon in nix. So this is an expression, and this is an expression. This is also an expression. This is an expression. So it tells us to use nix to repel. I have a call. Let me pause this.